de sol, alegria de xodó, meu dever de verão.
Tahuichi is just, it beats any other camp out probably than whatever I've been to. I've been to Brazilian Soccer Academy in North Carolina. It's nothing compared to this.
Oh, I love it down here. Yeah, it's a lot more freedom than any camps up in the U.S. and it's a lot more challenging.
It's not just like a regular camp where you'd like go to a dorm and then you'd have like, you know, your session later, because that'd be so boring and stuff. But you get to like go out and like you meet like a whole bunch of new people. It's like a good experience.
It's something about being here. I mean, the environment, you got the Lomas here, you got the river. I mean, I'm never going to forget those sand dunes for the rest of my life.
There's things I thought I could never do that I've done here. I've grown as a player and as a person by coming here.
My son is Michael. He's been here for a couple of weeks and he's finding out the Tahuichi way, the hell way. He's finding out about running in the river, running in the dunes, and climbing the mountain with a 40-mile wind in his face. He's very happy, and I'm very happy too.
The Tahuichi Way program, an extensive one-month training program that has been developed for the Americans. It came from the Tahuichi 3-month program that they used to prepare their teams to go compete internationally. And what we did was we took everything they did in those 3 months and cut it down to 1 month. Basically all the components of soccer, fitness, technical training, tactical training, and we worked on all those things during that time frame. The first week is grueling, it's hell, you know, it's relentless. The coaches are really pushing and motivating these kids because they know how difficult it is. And that's one of the reasons why the Americans come here, because they've heard or they've seen on video the type of training we have here.
If you're a good player but doesn't like to work hard, this camp is not for you at all. But if you really want to bust your butt, I mean, this is the place to be.
Start off totally out of shape, then they get you running 5, then 8, then 12 miles a day, every day, and it just builds and builds to get you in better shape. It's conditioning, great skill work camp, and it's a great experience to be down here.
The Lomas, the sand dunes, definitely probably my best experience here. It's an environment I've never done before, never imagined before.
The first time you go to the dunes, you don't know how bad it is. So you're like, oh, just around this then. You're like, okay, fine. 11 kilometers, I can do it.
I got about halfway around the dunes and I fell over because I was just exhausted, and you know, I didn't want to get up, but then, you know, one of my friends came by and said, no, you know, keep going, you got to finish it. That's all Connie wants you to do is just finish it. So I got up, I walked a little bit, but I made it, beat the time that he was telling us to beat, and you know, it felt real good.
This isn't a daycare camp, you know, this isn't Club Med. This is a program where, you know, prepare warriors, a Spartan kind of environment.
The river, it builds your muscles. I mean, because it's so much harder to run in water. There's like parts of the river it's like 3 inches of water, and then there's other parts where it's like 2 feet of water, and you're running 3 inches, and then all of a sudden there's a hole. You fall down, and people are passing. You just gotta get up and go.
I think another part that is also tough, but not maybe physically, but more mentally, is how we teach the players the Tahuichi system. The players get very frustrated. I think the main reason why is that players back home are not taught tactics. They're not taught strategy. They're put out on the field in a formation, and then they play. And a lot of times they don't know what their role is on the field. They don't know what their job is. They don't know what everyone else's job and role is. And in here we teach them how Tahuichi plays, how their system functions, how each player's function works. And in the beginning it gets very frustrating. But what's really exciting is that when we mix the players, as we get further at the end, we mix the Tahuichi players with the American players, and they're playing side by side. There's a great understanding of the system by that time, and you can see the flow of the game.
I played against players that, you know, I've never played against in my life, people from all over the country with a lot more skill than I have. And, you know, I've learned a lot of things. I've worked on my touch on the ball, and just, way to communicate with people, without knowing their names or without having played with them before.